Happy Friday, everybody! Or, if you might be a little more specific about your rather obscure holidays, Happy Valentine's Day. You ever think it's a bit weird how all holidays essentially enable those things that our society has deemed bad in one way or another? You know, Halloween is all about taking candy from strangers. Christmas, all about breaking and entering. St. Patrick's Day, all about causing physical harm to those that look different from you. And Valentine's Day, all about causing that good old psychological trauma to all the people that didn't manage to get someone of the same or opposite or whatever gender to them for that wonderful day. Why is it that these holidays normalize all those things that we all know are horrible? Well, I think it's because we're just horrible people who loves to celebrate with the things that are the absolute worst. Take alcohol, for example. What is the number one thing that kids like to do at their parties when their adults aren't around? It's drink alcohol. Why? Because it's illegal. It's just in our nature. We have this big celebration and we're naturally like, hey, what's all those things that we're not supposed to do? Oh yeah, those. That's what we're gonna do right here, right now, to the max. And you know, this started in Roman times with Saturnalia and everything, so honestly, I can't really blame society for this. But what I can blame them for is the whole premise of Valentine's Day. I mean, celebrating the love between two people, which, to be honest, just becomes kind of pointless after you're either married or stop getting candy. Because it's just, there's literally no point. When you're a child, you know, you go to school, you get these Valentines for everyone, and you have this nice semi-Halloween. It's a wonderful thing. Everyone enjoys it. Everyone has a great time. We need to bring that Valentine's Day back. And then, once you're married, Valentine's Day is just another date night, another time to go out, have fun, party, whatever, except for the fact that all of the frickin' restaurants are busy because everyone's going to date on the exact same day. Literally the only thing that Valentine's Day is actually good for is getting people that really don't belong with each other to get with each other. It's really good for that. It's also really good at creating peer pressure. It's really good at just making relationships that aren't supposed to last. And it's really good at making people feel really, really bad about themselves. But you know what the best part about Valentine's Day is? The best consequence of it? If you're like me, you already know it's that discount candy at the end of it. And you know, it's fitting that there's discount candy at the end of Valentine's Day because that's probably when everyone's just about done with everything that they were doing. I mean, what? You had this nice day where you got all fancily dressed up, all nice and pretty. You tried to have a good day and not have any spats or any fights, and then you get through it and you're like, oh my gosh, I just need some chocolate and just to unwind and watch The Office. And where do you go? You go to your friends. And so my point is, why have Valentine's Day where you create these superficially strong bonds for a day so that your group and your friends or whatever cannot be socially ostracized? Why do we have this when we can just celebrate the friends that we have and the great connections that we have? Because you see, the difference between a lover and a friend is one of, with a lover, it's very easy to mess up. You mess up by looking the wrong way, you mess up by not liking the right thing, you mess up by saying the wrong thing, and all of a sudden it's over. You're done, you'll never see that person again because at the end of the day, they didn't really like you. Because you see, too often, love and like are not mutual things. There's so many people that love a person but don't like a person, and this just creates this unfortunate mix where once you have that one break, you don't actually like the person enough to get back with them. And where does that bring you? Back into the loner zone where all of us kids get to hang out on Valentine's Day every year. And you might think at first that being a loner on Valentine's Day is a horrible thing. I mean, what? Everyone else is going around making fun of you for not having anyone to be with, and you're just sitting there a loser, right? Well, I'll tell you what I did this Valentine's Day. I went out with a bunch of losers like me and I played Dungeons and Dragons. That's right, you all predicted it if you've been on this channel before. I played D&D with some of the coolest nerds that I have ever met. And it was a blast. We had an amazing time. There was no romantic subtext, no trying not to step on toes, no weirdness of any sort. Just good old-fashioned fun with a couple of vampires and, just that good old D&D drama that you can only get when certain players are chaotic and others are lawful. It was just a ton of fun because friends can forgive, and friends do forgive. And the other great thing about friends is you can just do random stuff with friends and it's completely fine. You can call up a friend and be like, hey, you want to go watch some anime for some reason? And the friend's like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. And then you guys go and you watch anime. Or you're like, hey, I want to play D&D, and your friends are like, okay, cool, let's go play some D&D. Friends tend to like you really for who you are, and they just like you. You establish that like base, and that way you don't have to worry about anything else. Because if people genuinely like you, then you don't have a problem because they'll stay your friend through thick and thin. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if one day you step on their toes or the next day you mess up big time. Friends will stick by you, and that is what is so amazing about friends, and what I really wanted to focus on this Valentine's Day. So, moral of the story, I suppose, love yourself, love your friends, and if you got a lover, good for you, I suppose. But if that doesn't work out and you end up back here next year in the loser chair, well then, welcome. We got some discount candy for you, and it's all gonna be just fine. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I've been the Coaster Keat, and I hope that you all soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!